Good evening, Sparks parents and children. Welcome to episode 8, installment 8 of Sparks from My Porch with Charlie. Sparks from My Porch with Charlie. Well, next week will be the last time that we come to you with this, and we will be signing off, doing something different next week. And this week we're going to end kind of differently, right? We have been looking all year at who we are. And we've been looking at words like integrity. We are people who are thankful. We are people who are courageous. We are people who are considerate. Now, one of the reasons that we can be who we are and do it confidently is because of who we belong to. Okay? So we've been answering the question all year, who am I? But tonight we're going to answer the question, whose am I? Because the answer to this question is the reason that we can live all of these things out that we're talking about confidently. Okay? And our verse, we're not going to have any actions tonight, but our verse is Psalm 100, verse 3. It says this: Know that the Lord is God. It is He who made us, and we are His. We are His people, the sheep of His pasture. Let me read that again. Psalm 100, verse 3. Know that the Lord is God. It is He who made us, and we are His. We are His people, the sheep of His pasture. So the first thing it says is to know that the Lord is God. Understand that whose you are, who you belong to, is God. He is the creator of everything that we see. Look at all of this beauty surrounding us. God made it all. The ocean, all of these trees, the grass, the sunset, and all of the beauty that we see. God made all of that. And then it says, it is He, God, who is your Father. And the next thing the verse says is that He made you. Now, I don't know about you, but one of the things that I understand is the person who is the one who made something is the one who has the most knowledge about it. For instance, in my yard, there is a car. There's a car that me and my wife purchased, okay? Now, when something goes wrong, I can do one of two things. I can decide on my own what's the problem and attempt to fix it. Or, in my car, there's an owner's manual, which is written by the people who made the car. Now, because they are the ones who made it, they're the ones who have knowledge of it. And so, if I really want to know what's wrong, I need to go back to the people who made it. And it says that God made us. That's why God should determine how it is that we live, because He knows, now listen to this now, He knows how the engines of our lives would run best. Just like the person who made my car knows best. Now, let me tell you some things about our Father. First thing, He's a loving Father. I want you to think about this. We have a lot of relationships. We have relationships with our parents. We have relationships with our friends, right? And oftentimes something happens to cause us to have a relationship. Like I had a friend in high school. We became very good friends because of a kind of a traumatic situation that we went through together. And then after that, became really good friends. Well, here's what happened in order for us to have a relationship with God. He sent His Son, Jesus Christ, to die on a cross for us because of how much He loved us and how much He wanted to be in relationship with us. This is who you belong to, a loving God who desired to be in a relationship with you so much that He sent His Son to die. Secondly, your Father is somebody who is always with you. Now, I want you to understand what a difference this would make. In church one Sunday, I used this example. Imagine if I was about to go to play basketball, right? And it was me and just 4 of my friends. And on the other side of the court was LeBron James, Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, and 2 other NBA players. Well, I would look at who was with me, and then I would look at who was against me, and I'd basically say we don't have a chance. Now, if I was going on the court, and behind me stood, in their prime, Michael Jordan, Charles Barkley, Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, and Patrick Ewing. All of a sudden, because of who was with me, I would have a different attitude. Now listen, the people who I face, the situation that I face is exactly the same. But because of who is with me, everything changes. I now walk through confidently We have a God who says he will never leave us or forsake us. Everything that we go through, he says he will always be there with us, and he is all powerful. Thirdly, you have a God who every single resource of heaven and earth is his. Now, I often use this example too. Anybody know who Bill Gates is? Well, Bill Gates is one of the richest men in the world. He has billions and billions of dollars. He has money, more money than he could ever spend. Okay? So, now imagine you are in school and you can't buy something you really want, right? But then nobody around you can help you out either, because they don't have the resources to buy what you really want. But imagine if Bill Gates was your father. You pick up the phone and you say, Dad, I have something that costs this. And he goes, I have billions and billions of dollars. Here you go, buy it. So again, it gives you a security to know that everything that you come up against, you have resources because of your father. This is the same thing with our Father. He has all of the resources. So everything that you and I come up against, we can go to our Father. So here's the thing. Whose you are gives you a platform. It gives you security. It gives you confidence. But it gives you a platform or a stage to live your life the way that we've been describing at Sparks. You can be a person of integrity because of who your father is. You can be courageous because of who your father is. You can be a thankful person because of who your father is. You can be all of those things that we talked about because of who your father is. All right? So remember this, Sparks children. We want to live like we talked about, who we are, but we can do it because of whose we are. We belong to a loving Father. I'll see you next week, which will be our last time. But before I sign off, I want to say Happy Father's Day to all of you fathers for this Sunday. Actually, I think Charlie wants to say Happy Father's Day. Come on, Charlie. Okay, Charlie, look in the camera and say Happy Father's Day. Happy Father's Day, all you fathers. See, he's looking at his dad and is telling me Happy Father's Day. So from me and my family and Charlie, see you next week for our last Sparks from my Porch. Be blessed.